8 shots, including, of course, 5 of 5 from 3, and in which LeBron had 21 points with 7 rebounds and 9 assists. So, Paul, one game for your life, and you can have either KD or LeBron on your team. You would choose?
For the game of my life, Skip, who would I choose for the game of my life?
Shot,
like, my life is on the line, and I need this player to come up pretty spectacular. I got to go with LeBron on that one. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen some games that I will never forget that I probably still have nightmares about, Skip. You know, I love KD, and I know what he can do on the scoring side of the ball, but when I go back and I look at Game 6 in Boston, the game of LeBron's life, he delivered. When I go back and look at that game, I forget what years, it was 2007, I believe, versus Detroit, when he was in Cleveland, and he scored 45 points, 25 points in a row. When they really needed it, he did it. I can't really think of a game to where I can say KD just, they needed this game, because I always look back at Game 6 and Game 7 when they were up 3-1 on Golden State when he was in OKC with a chance to go to the finals, and KD needed that game. He needed that game to get them back to the finals at the time, and that's when the dynasty started, pretty much, or kept going for Golden State. So if I need just that one game for my life. Now, last week I said Kevin Durant, shot of my life, shot out. I'll take it, but one game I got to go LeBron.
Yeah, for one game, Skip, it's probably LeBron James I got to go with, because I've seen, like Paul is saying it because he's been on the court with him, but I've seen it with my own eyes, him put teams on his back and finish the deal. Whether it was him losing at whatever it was, 19, 20 years old, whatever his age was when he willed all them dudes to San Antonio, and it just didn't, they didn't have a chance. But he was able to, as a puppy from high school, will his team with a few years in the league to the NBA Finals. And then when you look at the roster, it's like LeBron could be the point. He could play all 5 positions. I mean, it's just, he can do so much more when you're talking about building a team and having a team where Kevin, it's just been hard to see his teams evolve the way LeBron teams have, other than the Golden State situation. Which, I don't dock him for it, but a lot of people dock him for it. Now, if we talking about one shot and all this sort of, that's a different conversation. But to build a team.
One game for your life.
Yeah, one game for my life. I just feel like I want LeBron. I ain't asking LeBron to shoot it, because I might got Steph Curry on that team that can shoot it.
Okay. All right. Back to Oklahoma City, back to up 3-1.
Yeah.
The reason Kevin finally decided, I can't do this anymore. I know this for a fact. He decided for you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was me, because Russ through those years was taking more shots over the course of the year.
Kevin Durant was the leading scorer in the league, and Westbrook took more shots. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's just Russ. That's just who he is and who he'll be. At the third, I think it was, the whole Golden State contingent led by Steph Curry got on their G, whatever it is, and flew all the way across country and went out to the tip of Long Island. I think it was July the 3rd. Kyrie. And they saw what was coming. It was going to be LeBron and LeBron again because it was obvious without you. And he tipped everything in their favor with the weight of the world on his slender shoulders. I was shocked by how well he played in the two finals. And in back-to-back 2017 and 2018 game threes in LeBron's house. It was the first game of the finals at Cleveland. Kevin goes 31-9-4, made 10 of 18 shots, 4 of 7 threes, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and just took the game over down the stretch with grill on pull up on sort of a semi-break. And that put them up 1, and then he made the 2 clinching free throws with 13 and 7 on 15 of 23 shots, 6 of 9 threes, and 7 of 7 from the free throw line. So to me, I'm going straighting, and I give you all that because you're right. Plus, he can drive it and score it. He can do 1,000 things. He can do probably more things than Kevin can for 3.5 quarters. But Kevin can flat out score, and we saw what he did in the second quarter yesterday. So it's not like he's quiet for 3.5 quarters. But then if you give me Kevin over the last 5-6 minutes of the game, I got you. If we're close at that point, I got you.
If you take, go ahead.
I was gonna say to you, Paul, if I put Paul Pierce on the Golden State Warriors with Klay Thompson and Draymond and Steph Curry, you don't think he can do the same shit? I mean, same stuff?
Well, I mean, he was really good, you know, like...
No, but this my thing is he had the ultimate...
No, he's really good. He was finals MVP.
He can do the same thing.
Okay.
Because they got to account for all them other dudes. It ain't taking nothing away from Kevin Durant, but LeBron James had really never had that sort of... He had a young Kyrie and a Kevin Love that was in and out of the lineup. But he never really had other guys around him that you had to really account for.
Yeah, yes, you do. You have to account for Kevin Love and Kyrie. 100%.
That's what I said. I said Kyrie.
You have to account for D. Wade and Chris Bosh. But you have to account for Anthony Davis. You got to account for them guys.
But I'm talking about.
But I will get this. Think about the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry is the only top 75 player on that team. You know, when LeBron.
On which team? On the Golden State team?
You know, when Steph won without KD. You know, KD come. Now, if I take KD off Golden State, I got to think of, like, the game of my life. The game of my life. You know, there's certain players in the NBA, the great ones, you say, what's their iconic games? Like, what's that game that really defined them? We're going to go to Golden State for all of KD's, you know, career-defining games. I can't really think of too many outside of that in the playoffs that I could say this was really, like, career-defining for KD. You know, maybe you could say Dallas, when he played against Dallas versus OKC. I mean, I can't really think of any, you know, outside of the Golden State days. Whereas for LeBron, I say, man, you remember when Game 7 versus the Spurs and Boston Game 6 and Detroit and When he went, they won 31. Wait, what was the record? They won 31 games in a row, Miami.
Yeah.
They won 31 games. If I need a game of my life, like just thinking about that 31. That means they didn't lose a game for probably 2 months, because you probably play about 14, 15 games a month. They won 31 games in a row.
No, Miami. Of course, you had other players in Miami that took a lot of the pressure and the heat off of LeBron James. But what I'm talking about from a deadly shooting standpoint. When you're talking about Steph Curry and
Now, one shot, I said one shot, I got KD all day. If this is for my life, bam, throw it to KD. Or LeBron, man, LeBron, move out the way. Man, move out the way. I got, you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get out the way, man.
I just think things become a lot, you know, with KD in Golden State, and I always go back to Golden State, that was just unfair.
Yeah,
it was unfair. Really, you know, you look at Miami and you say, well,